Hello, and welcome to episode 7 of Mondays with Maria Gould. Today is February the 7th. Today is Family Day, President's Day in America. So today I wanted to have a theme and talk a little bit deeper about the subconscious. Today's topic is, are your choices your own? So we can be influenced, and if you have signed up to get my newsletter each week, I will start to actually train you and educate you on how we can be influenced by the world around us, by the things we watch, but also as a Theta Healing Master Instructor, I'm going to educate you on the internal influence that we have as well. So that's my podcast today. So first of all, let's speak about the external influence that we can be affected by when we're making choices. So when we go to the grocery store, we think we're deciding on what brands we want and what we want to purchase by our own free will. But we're actually being influenced all the time. Now, if you've ever seen the hit movie series called America's Got Talent, there's a great episode with a mentalist on there. His name is Max Major. And he actually influences the whole audience as well as the judges to draw a picture that is literally proving that he influenced them, that he got into their subconscious mind and influenced their decisions on what picture they would draw. So it's a very interesting video. If you haven't seen that episode, I will share that in the show notes of my newsletter. So you can always visit mariagould.com and sign up for my email list, and you'll get that newsletter. But you can also Google it on YouTube and just type in America's Got Talent, Max Major, and it's a great eye-opening video, how he influenced not only the judges, but the whole studio audience to draw the same picture. So we are being influenced all the time externally. We have these amazing devices, and you're probably enjoying this podcast on your device, your phone in your hand. And this little black box is actually always influencing you. The algorithms of all of the social media that you partake in is influencing and feeding you what it believes you want to see and you want more of because you comment on it or you share on it. So it's influencing your feed and giving you what you spend your most energy on. So also other things that we can be influenced by is even just being around certain people. Have you ever noticed that your friend group, if you hang out with a certain group of friends that maybe likes to go for hikes, go for walks, they make healthy choices, they live a healthy lifestyle, you notice that desire in you will start to grow. But if you hang around people that perhaps drink a little bit too much, that smoke, that party, right? This can start to influence you in different ways. And I'm going to give you a challenge. If you're watching anything on TV, any of the episodes that you watch, just out of curiosity, start counting how many times you see a coffee cup or a mug or a takeout coffee to go container. This is influencing you all of the time. So does society actually like that black stuff called coffee? Or do we like that it's become common? It's become the drug of choice for our society. And it's not always the coffee that we love, that black flavor, but it's the ritual of it. It's the sugary things, the creamy things we add to it. right? All of these things are influencing us. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the internal influences. So, as a Theta Healing instructor and practitioner for many, many years, I can see people's choices and what they do in their life is coming from different past traumas. Sometimes childhood conditioning, right? Maybe you've seen the people that always make not great choices for a partner. It's the same pattern. And if you know anything about their history, that same pattern of perhaps they're choosing somebody just like their father, someone that drinks too much, that is the life of the party, but isn't perhaps the healthiest partner for them. So these conditionings from our internal world are going to influence our choices, right? You maybe have heard of the people that, I need that bad boy type, or I want that wild woman, right? When they're choosing a partner. Why? When you ask them where that comes from, it's actually because they are looking for a connection with somebody in their life that they're missing. And they're hoping, unconsciously, they're hoping to rekindle that or heal that trauma by finding a person like their father or their mother or that crazy aunt that they loved, right? So we can be influenced as well from genetic memories. I remember working on one person that felt, her relationship really wasn't the healthiest, but it never started to bother her until she reached a certain age. And at that certain age, it just sort of flicked a switch in her. And that's all she could think of. She was consumed with leaving that relationship, finding her freedom again, all of this. And when she came for a session, we actually dived back, and I could feel that it was a genetic memory from her ancestors. So I asked her to feel back through her ancestors and who did this at this age. And right away she knew that it was her grandmother at that age that had gotten married too young and didn't want to be married, didn't want to live in this area, wanted to pursue her dreams in a bigger city, all of these things. So she left her family at a very early age, her grandmother. And this energy was still embedded in the DNA and passed down. So we are being influenced all of the time. Now, sometimes it's a good thing. For that situation, it actually gave her the energy from her genetic memories to be able to leave a situation that really she wasn't happy in. Okay? But sometimes we're being influenced not in our best interest, right? So we can also be influenced by the energies within our own body, right? For years and years with my partner, I would try and understand why I sometimes felt like I wasn't supported. But really, in truth, the dynamics of the relationship, I was very supported. So I would feel these thoughts come up sometimes. And, they're not supporting me. They're doing this, this, and this. And I would have these kind of obsessive thoughts. And I would sit down and do theta healing on myself, dig out some beliefs. But there came a point where this pattern, no matter what I did to shift the beliefs, just kept resurfacing. And just out of frustration, really, and curiosity, I connected to the energy of creation and just asked Creator, what's really going on? Why isn't this really shifting? I know it's not true. Why do I still have these thoughts and feelings of feeling unsupported? And this loving, gentle voice of Creator says, you need calcium. I'm not kidding. So the Creator said that my body was so low in calcium, which minerals are actually the energy that gives us the feeling of being supported. The minerals we take into our body give our body that feeling of mental support, emotional support. And my body was low in those minerals, so it would bring up those feelings to try and get my attention to up my dosage of minerals, of calcium, of magnesium. So I had to laugh at myself because as a Theta healer, I knew this, but sometimes we all forget. So hopefully my story reminds you, if you're having repetitive thoughts, repetitive patterns that are coming up, and you know Theta healing, is there something your body is telling you? Is there a mineral that you're missing? Is there a theme that your body is actually asking for to get your attention on maybe something that you need to take into your body to help it feel supported, to help it feel loved? Right? If we have issues around boundaries and saying no, in Theta healing, we teach you that this is usually a sign that you have parasites. If you can't say no and you feel walked all over and taken advantage of over and over and over again, do a parasite cleanse. It literally not only gets rid of the parasites in your own body, but it gets rid of that parasitic energy around you. So the people that tend to suck you dry, all of this consciousness starts to leave your energetic field. And those people tend to, when they're not getting fed by you, right, they actually tend to leave your life. It's very, very cool. I've experienced this myself when I've done parasite cleanses, and I teach a lot of the advanced Theta healing classes like intuitive anatomy, where we actually educate you on these things. And over and over again, I've heard students just say, yeah, after my parasite cleanse, I stopped grinding my teeth, I stopped losing my hair, and amazingly enough, I started to only have friends want to be around me that were supportive and nurturing and didn't want to take advantage of me. So it was so nice. So we are being influenced all of the time, whether we are aware of it or not. So how do we start to understand if the choices we're making are our own? Well, first of all, education is always the key. And awareness, if our awareness is alert to these things, we're not put under the control that outside influences can happen, right? Or be internally influenced if we're aware of our conditioning as a child or past life traumas or even past traumas from this life. If we're aware of those and we heal those, we're no longer led by that pattern to try and heal it. It's already healed. It saves us loads of time trying to work through difficult situations and difficult circumstances to learn, when we can actually just do it internally with the energy of Creator guiding us. So much easier. Okay? Being around people that are a healthy influence to you is also a wonderful idea, right? Being around people that are more positive. If you want to be positive, surround yourself with people that are more positive. Or help direct people into that consciousness of being positive. Humanity, as I've told in other podcasts, has a tendency to be very self-critical, has a tendency to be very negative. So we have to retrain our brains. And we can help people by actually redirecting the conversation. If people are always talking about what issues are going wrong in their life, with their body, start asking them, can you tell me what is good in your life? What do you love? What is exciting to you? What was funny? Was there something that was funny? And by asking these questions, people always have to shift their brain, and their brain starts giving them those answers. And then encourage that sort of conversation so that the conversation is more uplifting and lighthearted and funny. And I'm not saying that we don't want to care for people and listen to what issues they're experiencing in their life, but we've all probably come across the people that seem to just be negative people. They always focus on the negative, even though as an outsider you might see their life is quite blessed. So helping them shift their perspective and teaching them to look at life a little more positive can not only change their life, but actually help you have a better relationship with them, right? So also, knowing how to read your body is very important. If you haven't discovered theta healing, even as experiencing a session or experiencing taking a class, you might want to be curious about that. Theta healing is a wonderful way for us to really shift those internal traumas and conditionings, even genetic memories, past life memories, even becoming aware of our body's signals. For example, that story I told you about feeling supported and not having enough calcium. I would have never have put that together if I didn't have my training with theta healing. And the voice of Creator, of course, reminding me of this. Okay, so I encourage you, I do have a basic DNA class coming up this weekend, the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. It is Friday at 1 till 4 p.m. Pacific time, and then Saturday 9 till 4 each day, Saturday and Sunday. And it is online, so you can really jump in and join us. Take that from anywhere in the world. You would get an e-booklet sent to you, and then a manual booklet later, a physical booklet later. So you would still have a chance to experience this life-changing modality. All right, so I hope that today I've brought to your awareness about are your choices your own? Are your choices your own? Being aware of the external influences that you're putting in your field. When I did my yoga training back when I was 20, my teacher gave me a wonderful experiment. I had suffered with a lot of depression when I was younger, and he said, try just for 1 week to really monitor and only listen to positive things. Only listen or watch movies that are uplifting, that are happy, that are funny, and see how you feel. And I did that, and I noticed that my mood was so much better, my outlook was so much better. And then he said, try going back to what you were watching before, what music you were listening to before when you were depressed. And right away, I noticed that influence of what I was taking in from the world around me made me dip back down into depression. Well, that was such a profound experiment for me that I realized the influences that we allow into our mental space, such as music, such as movies, such as whatever we consume on these little black devices we hold in our hands, can be make or break your happiness, right? So I totally agree that I want to be aware of what's going on in the world, but I also want to be happy. So I watch things that make me happy. I focus on what makes me happy in my own life, right? Doing these kinds of things with your external world can make a huge difference. And with your internal world, the tools of theta healing can be profound to give you more awareness and knowledge and experience with your own subconscious and how it works and how to actually shift it with the energy of Creator. So it's super cool. All right. Thank you so much for your time and attention on this Family Day, this President's Day in America. And I hope that this podcast finds you happy and well. And make sure that you are making your own choices. So you can always reach out to me through my website at mariagould.com if you have any questions or to learn more about the subconscious and how it works. Get on my mailing list and you can sign up for that and join my email list at mariagould.com. Have a fabulous Monday.